Hey friends, welcome to Nina's Notes 132. Today we're talking about the science of music and human connection and why 75 BPM may be the sweet spot for your heart and mind. When you're resting, your heart beats approximately 75 times per minute. This isn't just a random biological fact, it's the key to understanding why certain music makes us feel more connected to each other. Our physiological rhythms naturally sync at around 75 BPM. So when we hear music at this tempo, our autonomic nervous system, the part that controls unconscious processing like breathing and heart rate, processes it with remarkable efficiency. It has also been suggested that the best music to work to is between 60 and 75 BPM. Music in this tempo increases the efficiency of the brain in processing information. This synchronicity effect extends beyond individual experience. So when groups of people listen to music at these tempos together, their heart rates actually begin to align. This creates what researchers call a physiological entrainment. So tempo and emotion have this two-factor formula. Music's emotional impact operates on these two psychological dimensions: arousal, so how stimulating or calming the music feels, and then valence. This is whether we perceive it as positive or negative. Tempo primarily affects arousal levels by activating neurotransmitters responsible for alertness and cortical activity. But here's where it gets interesting. Our bodies don't just hear tempo, they compare it to our own heartbeat. So when you hear a song at 90 BPM, similar to a relaxed heartbeat, your brain interprets this as calming. But if you play something at 140 BPM, your body recognizes this as closer to an elevated heart rate. So this can trigger feelings of excitement or even anxiety. And different tempos can create different types of human connection. So slow tempos, like 60 BPM or less, this can evoke feelings of sadness, melancholy, introspection, and this tempo can be suitable for intimate or reflective connections and conversations. A medium tempo, like 75 to 100 BPM, this is really linked to relaxation. So this can facilitate a sense of calm and ease, which can be conducive for connection. And this tempo matches our resting heart rate, so this creates comfort. And then you have fast tempo. So this is 120 to 200 BPM. And this can make you feel positive emotions like happiness, excitement, and liveliness. This can also lead to synchronized movement like on a dance floor. Now let's talk about your personal rhythm. People have different preferences and reactions to music. It's best to experiment and find what really resonates with you individually. And we can see this happening on a dance floor. Certain songs may empty a dance floor, while others have people rushing to it. Some songs lead people to talk on a dance floor, while other songs get people more in their bodies, moving, shaking, and wanting to focus entirely on dancing. And while 75 BPM might be our biological baseline, individual preferences may vary based on cultural background, personal association with certain songs, your current emotional state, and your physical fitness. Athletes often have a lower resting heart rate, so they may resonate with even slower BPM songs. But the key is awareness. Notice how different tempos affect your mood and connections. You might find that your connection tempo actually changes throughout the day and in different social settings. So try this experiment. You can make a heart rate playlist. First, you need to measure your resting heart rate. So if you have a Fitbit like me, it's already taking my heart rate. But you can also just place your fingers on your wrist for 60 seconds and count how many beats within 60 seconds. Then you can create 3 playlists at different BPMs. First, one that's below your heart rate. This will be a calming playlist. One that's at your heart rate for connecting, and then one that is faster than your heart rate for an energizing playlist. And then use them strategically. You can play a calming playlist during difficult conversations. You can play a connection playlist at social gatherings, and then an energizing playlist if you need motivation. But pay attention to how each affects your interactions with others. And then let me know what you think in the comments. The book of the week. This week, I read All Fours by Miranda July. 5 out of 5 stars. I picked this book up while I was doing my 48-hour phone detox, and it's incredibly well written. This story of a semi-famous artist starts as she announces her plan to drive cross-country from Los Angeles to New York City. 30 minutes into the drive, after leaving her husband and child at home, she spontaneously exits the highway, checks into a nondescript motel, and immerses herself in an entirely different journey. The book explores middle age from a woman's perspective in a way that's deeply personal and universally resonant. What struck me most about this book is July's fearlessness in tackling perimenopause and female sexuality. July captures this phase of life when you realize your body is changing in ways you didn't expect, and society has very little to say about what's actually helpful. She writes about the body with a mix of scientific curiosity and raw honesty. That reminds me of how I approach health topics in Nina's notes. So, looking at science while never forgetting that human experience. I highly, highly recommend it. This was a recommendation by Abby. Thanks, Abby. Check this out. Scientists have created a drink that cuts your blood alcohol level in half in 30 minutes. Sure Shot is the world's only rapid alcohol reducer, designed to help you feel better faster by lowering blood alcohol content and supporting its metabolism. The company claims that in just 30 minutes, Sure Shot helps your body break down alcohol, and each bottle contains 100 milligrams of caffeine for an added boost. So, how does it work? According to the company, the drink works by accelerating alcohol metabolism through a blend of vitamins, minerals, botanical ingredients, including red ginseng, N-acetylcysteine, dandelion extract, and milk thistle. The company actually completed a double-blind, placebo-controlled, randomized clinical trial conducted by the Center for Applied Health Sciences, which that's pretty promising, and showed that participants who consumed Sure Shot experienced a significant reduction in their BAC within 30 minutes compared to the control group. The study also noted improvements in aldehyde dehydrogenase activity, which aids in breaking down acetaldehyde, which is a toxic byproduct of alcohol metabolism. That's the one that makes you cause a hangover. And this could potentially reduce hangover symptoms. Originally branded as the Safety Shot, the company rebranded the product to Sure Shot in Q4 of 2024, and the holding company remains Safety Shot Inc. Sure Shot is only available online in the US. This was a recommendation by Harry. Thanks, Harry. Thanks for watching and listening this episode of Nina's Notes. If you liked this episode, click that share button and send it to a friend. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and my newsletter at www.ninasnotes.xyz, and I'll see you next week.